sit back, relax, maybe put on some tranquil music.
Tranquil music would go well with this, along with some popcorn.
Some drinks, maybe a beanbag chair, and just put your feet up because this is a 10-minute commentary.
And it's going to be informing.
It's now 9.5 minutes.
You thought finding out the story of Atlantis, the long lost story of Atlantis, was fun? This is just the long lost story of not so legendary story, and it's also not known worldwide. But it's the story of how we came to be.
Well, not existence, but
no, not coming out of the birth canal.
Do you
more how we became YouTube people and how we got to where we are now. How we got our Machinima partnership.
Birth canal.
But really, we do want to talk about exactly how it happens, because there are a lot of people who have a warped perception on what it is to actually start YouTube, and a lot of people. For instance, on a lot of our shows on Machinima, we get a lot of people saying, this isn't spam, but please head to my channel because you'll see this. And that doesn't work. There's a lot of hard labor involved in YouTube, and we'll explain that to you now from our point of view.
Yeah, because when you see those comments, it's just you just like, eh.
Yeah,
it's just a troll.
Like,
you don't click on them. If anything, you click on them to just be like, ha 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 ha, this is clearly...
To click on them to dislike them.
Yeah, like, it's not something you do, and I've told off a few people to do it on our videos. I'm sorry, but just don't do it. But we will start with
I think we'll start
the
with
beginnings.
I think it started out we were trying to get every cross map tomahawk.
That's
first blood. That was our goal. We succeeded in doing that, and then we took it to Vicstar, who was the person who we just wanted to show that we had done that. And
joined his game one day, and we were like, "Hey Vic,
Hey Vic,
we got cross map on every map," and he was like, "Yeah, do you want a round of applause?"
Oh, that was it. You want a round of applause?
Yeah, and we were just like, "Oh, what a dick!" But no, not what a dick.
Hindsight.
I mean, if someone did that to us now, I mean,
I'd probably say exactly the same.
We'd be like, "Oh, that's cool, man."
But it started out with Vicstar, and then I think it was from him saying, "You want a round of applause," and then everyone in the lobby laughing at us. That we decided to up the ante and look for better ways to get Combat Axe kills, or like good-looking, cool kills that weren't like quick scoping, because that was ripe at the time.
I don't know if anyone really made bank shots and said that they didn't have an influence by Miss Danielle. So we were very influenced by Miss Danielle. We saw some of her videos and we were like, "Well, we've already said this," but we were like, "Well, we want to try that," and we ended up being, quite good at it, quite natural at it.
Yeah, and we were in a lot of Miss Danielle's shows, like Bossa Banks, and what was the other one called?
Yeah, that's a great way to get your name out.
Terrific way. The best way for me to know someone is for you to win our top 10.
Pretty much.
100%.
Or just be in it, to be honest. Because when we edit it, we just see your name, and we just keep seeing your name. We have to type your name.
Exactly.
And we have to...
And Lemon and I literally talk for like, I don't know, we talk for about 15 minutes, half an hour during the top 10 about certain kills and how good they were and how much this person is coming up and how many times they've been in our top 10 and things like that. And that is the best way to get known, because if we find something you do to be good, you've got a higher chance of us dropping by your channel to have a look at your latest montage.
Who's a good example of that? Monani,
yeah,
and Rifle Knights.
Rifle Knights definitely. Ponaholic. He was up with us, so he's a good example of how to do it as well with his top 10 wins on Straight Up Knives.
Yeah, top 5, mate.
Whatever, mate. Doesn't do top 10s, does he?
No, but that's the way to do it. Not posting, "Please come to my channel." So take that on board. Make sure you hit lots and lots of good clips, and try and get on as many top 5s as you can. Like, I remember when we got featured when we won Suck's top 10, you just go up like quite a few subs because people head over to your channel.
Yeah, exactly.
And you probably won't gain many from us because we don't have as many views as Suck, and obviously, but it's a great way to get your name out, and it's a better way than spamming a Machinima page.
Exactly, and you have to understand that networking starts from the beginning of a YouTube channel. So we don't have like 300,000 subscribers. We don't have like 1 million subscribers like KYR and Suck and all them, but in the end, if we know you when we have 10,000 subscribers, or we know you when we have 5,000 subscribers, you're much more likely in the future to be answered when you ask us a question, or if you want us to watch something. You're much more likely, because we know you're not just coming after us because of our view count or our sub count. You're coming after us because you've known us for a long time. And that actually means something when it comes to networking. The next point is people you know, because networking relies a lot on who you know and how you actually go about talking to people. You can straight up talk to people and say, I think I deserve this amount of subscribers.
How's that going to go down for
But
you?
it's not going to go well at all for you. By the way, this is a 40 plus gameplay. 40 plus on kill confirmed, sorry. And I was going for banks, so I wasn't even aiming for that. It's knife only. But yeah, so you really have to think about how you're talking to people. Be professional is another thing. When we first got in contact with Mercator Gaming, he is a friend of Heroic Peanuts from school. We got in contact with him about a mission of partnership because he's a recruiter, and basically he thought that we had some potential. He thought that Heroic Peanut had some potential. He basically set us up with our partnerships to start with. This is back. I think we were offered a few partnerships beforehand, but we were always holding out for Machinima. And basically, yeah, we finally worked our way into Machinima. How many subs do we have?
Not even 2K.
1,500, something like that, I think.
Yeah, it was something like that. So it was very lucky for us to have an IRL recruiter that we knew.
Yeah.
Like I served him at my cafe like a few times. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it was very lucky that we had someone from my brother's school that was a machinima recruiter for Australia, and it all worked out very well. And obviously, not everyone can get that, and that's why we're very grateful that that happened to us. And from that, Mushroom worked really hard from getting us from being partners to directors, and that came with contacting people inside Machinima in America, for example, Shaw Wars, and
James Willems
Williams.
was our first point of contact when we first got partnered. He's actually not with Machinima anymore, but he definitely was one of the reasons why we are where we are now. You really have to think about how you actually talk to people. If you just say, get your Machinima partnership, and you're like, sweet, I've got my Machinima partnership, that's not going to do anything for you. You have to keep working past that point. You're not just going to get your videos uploaded. You actually have to contact them to become a director, which means you get your content posted on the Machinima Respawn channel. You actually have to contact them and say, look, I'd like to become a partner and a director. And from that, you have to have the uploads. The uploads are not as easy as you think. It's not like YouTube where you just upload it. You actually have to do metadata forms and a separate thumbnail for it that's a different size ratio to the ones that you would put on yours.
Yeah, it is quite a confusing process. But then from that, you obviously get a lot of people that see your videos because you're exposed more, and then you get more people, wanting to do things with you, collabs with you. And one day we were just checking, I think we were downloading top 10 clips, and we saw this guy called DPJ. And he sent us a message, and we honestly had no idea who he was. Like, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, it was actually really surprising that we didn't know of him, because he'd been putting out a weekly Combat Axe montage for like
For a long
20
time.
weeks,
Yeah.
something like that. And just the fact that we hadn't come up past that, he had 250,000 subscribers at the time. So,
And he messaged us, and he said he was honestly sounded like someone really, really excited in our content, and it was so cool when at the bottom he was like, "Oh, by the way, I have this many subscribers." We were like, "Wow!" We're like, "What a great opportunity for us to like collaborate with someone of his size and his demographic, because he does emblems but also axes." So massive thank you to him for the past probably 2 months or so. He's just been helping us out, really supporting our videos, can't say it, mate.
Can't say the words. Supporting us, and basically, the one thing that's really cool about DPJ is he hasn't got a big head.
Yeah.
It's something that is just full on in this thing, and a lot of people take it far too seriously, this YouTube thing. But you just have to keep your head on a swivel. He's done extremely well at it. He's the coolest guy to talk to. And he just contacted us out of the blue, and it was such a cool thing that you don't see from a lot of YouTubers of his size. But yeah, he did.
But obviously there's all sorts of people that we have to thank, going back to days of, early subs like 0 to 500, obviously there's all the people that we've thanked in all these previous videos, and everything just builds up, and you get more contacts, and you get more promotion, you get more exposure. But we just don't want to put emphasis on the fact that these are the only people that helped us. We have had help from the get-go from everyone in the knife community, and want to make that heard.
I'll just run through a quick list of people. We got Bucks and Tater, who have been there from the start. The Eptic Gaming boys. They've been there since we had 300 subscribers. Knife Handler, Slade, Slade by Blade, that is. Both of them are, I think, they're best friends as well. But they've definitely helped us out from time to time. You've got Ninja Knives, Straight Up Knives, who uploaded one of our montages. Vic Star, DPJ, Miss Danielle, Shaw was over at Machinima. James Willems when he was at Machinima, Mercator, and A Heroic Peanut. And I think we've pretty much touched on everyone. If we haven't, I'll touch you later. Happy with that?
I'm happy with what you said. I just want to see you do it.
Okay, so if you just send me an email, HeroicBankshots@gmail.com, and I will get on to you about touching you later.
Subject, touch me.